Hello everyone, Vito's842 back again with another deck review. This is the Asylum playing cards. Three different decks, but they're basically the same, so I'm going to do them all. For those of you who are not familiar with Asylum, it was, well, the original project, would probably send you to an Asylum because it's just ridiculous and drives you nuts. The original project was really a bicycle Asylum playing cards used PC printed. It was the same deck, it was this one, designed by the same creator and everything, but since the creator is not American, and Kickstarter were only for Americans back then, you had to go through an American to do this, and he ended up with Mr. Ed Nass at Altius Management, who basically took the money and said, F you to everyone, the backers, the creator, and Kickstarter, and everyone. But not too long ago, a couple months ago, several weeks ago, a couple months ago, whatever it was, the creator was taken to court. He was found guilty, and he was ordered to pay over $50,000. That's more than double what he actually made on the project. So good. And also, some of the backers have actually been receiving their decks. I was not one of them, unfortunately, but I still hope that I will receive it one day. Although if not, I'll add it to the list I have of decks that other people have received and I did not, including the Bicycle Core decks, the Bicycle Quicksilver decks, the Ultraviolet decks, and there might be others as well. Oh, the Bicycle Dante's Inferno deck as well. Other people got them, I never did. Go figure. But anyways, and this is another one so far. And so far it's been mostly, or if not all, Americans backers that have received the decks. But anyways, enough talking. Well, there's going to be more talking. Anyway, there's minor differences between the decks. We'll talk about them as we get to them. Start off with the main one, the Asylum playing cards. Well, we'll get all of them. It says Asylum playing cards, and you see some crazy looking woman in a straight jacket dress thing, whatever. This one is the Back to the Asylum, which just has a stopwatch mirror type thing. In the background, you do see the Asylum. You can see an Asylum, the building. And this one is Asylum Inmate, and you see a guy in a straight jacket sitting there with a raven or a crow on his knee, and you see the building again in behind that broken glass window. On the sides, they all have the Noir Arts logo and the Asylum logo. Spade pips, which are similar from one to the other. And it says that the 57 cards, including 2 jokers, a double backer card. This one also has an X card. This one has an Escape Artist card, and so does this one. We'll get to those momentarily. The other side says Asylum. This one has splatter. This one has newspaper stuff. And it says designed by Milan Kotiv. Well, this one actually says Milan Klovic. Whoops. Small boo-boo there. The top says Poker and Made in Europe. This one just has the Inmate. The bottom, this one has a barcode actually, and it says Asylum playing cards designed by Milan Kovic and some trademark stuff made by Noir Arts. And they spelled his name right on the bottom. And it says developed and produced by Noir Arts in Europe. The back, you see the back design, which is the same on all 3 decks. They just got different colors from one deck to the other on the tuck case. And they threw a spade pip on the bottom. Here it says certifiably insane, which is pretty funny. So let's look at this one, the Asylum deck. The seal, by the way, just has a spade pip in it. And they all say Noir Arts on the flap. And more spade pips on these flaps. As with most other decks that these guys produce, they decided to do some artwork on the inside. And it's kind of hard to see, but there's lots of blood. Looks like somebody has gotten murdered. It says Asylum. And it looks like it's some kind of, the mattress you would see in the Asylum, their bed. So, in all these decks, you do get a dealer card. This one, you get the same guy holding up some pictures and some cards, some playing cards actually. And this guy is, I wrote it down somewhere I believe, yes, Dr. Maximiliano. Dr. Maximiliano. If you flip him over, you go from sane to insane. And that is just Mr. Max. Or maybe it's the other way around. This is Dr. Maximiliano and this is Mr. Max. I'm not sure. One way or the other. Not sure who he's supposed to be. But it's pretty cool. And then there's a D in the corner because it's a dealer card. The back just has a spade tip, poker chip type design. And the whole idea is to use this instead of a dealer tip while playing poker. Not that you would really want to play poker with this deck anyway. At least in my opinion. You do also get a double backer. Here's your back design. It's just it's a wall that's falling apart. You got bricks. You got all sorts of little details. It's just kind of weird. This center part kind of looks like a gate. But, just kind of weird. I don't know really what to make out of it. There's stuff growing from within the wall. And just, I don't know. It's okay. I would prefer if the borders were more, well, square. Because the way they are around it, it just makes it look weird. And the borders look thicker. It is the same thing on the faces, too. Then you get this, the X card, which is, well, kind of useless, really. It's just a big X and X's in the corner. I guess it could be used as a, as a gimmick or as a wild card or something. But Jokers, you get this figure in black. It says Joker in the corners, both horizontally and vertically, which is unique. The other Joker is the same thing, except that it's got red and red writing. Excuse me. The Ace of Spades has a ship in it. As you can see on the faces, they got newspaper articles all over the faces. This one says approved. And this one, it's kind of a trade wagon in it. And this one has a bug on it. Go figure. The court cards look like this. And in addition to the indexes, they also have a pip with a letter within it. And you'll see they're all patients for the most part. There's some that look like they're actually nurses or what you might call it, orderlies, like that one. It's only for the diamonds. There's an orderly. This spaghetti girl, they call her. The other decks basically have the same code cards, but there is 6 that are different that I will show you. The number cards, custom pips and indexes. Pips are different sizes. As you can see, the 2s have really big pips in comparison to the others. Splatter, you get those newspapers again in the background and everything. So yeah, that's that deck. Let's look at the back to the Asylum. And this one you get a different seal, it's similar. And this one looks like they just, well, ripped the seal and stuck it on there. It's kind of weird that they did that. You get Noir arts on the flap and some spade tips. This one on the inside says back to the Asylum. But otherwise it's more or less the same, just a bit of a different color. And for the dealer card, for this one you get Deliria, which is kind of similar to Delirium. And it's actually Elvira. And she's holding the card and she's shocked because it's her. And of course there's a D in the corner in this one. Well, that D is the D. There's a little skull in the back. And for this one you get a skull with 3 pips and there's a spade pip for a nose. Again, it's a dealer card. And then you get, instead of the X card, you get a much better card. It's the Escapist card. I think that's what they called it. I forget exactly. Escape Artist card. Why? Well, as you can see, And this one, he's all tied up. He's wearing a straight jacket. He's got chains and a whole whack load of locks tying him up. There's an X in the corners, by the way. If you do a little magic, he's escaped. And the X's have disappeared from the corner as well. So I like that. It's a nice, cool little gaff card. Very cool. The rest is the same. You get a double backer. Well, almost the same. These are the code cards that are different in this deck and the other one. And you can tell too because they got a bit of a darker color. And a lot of guys going nuts with an axe. Some of them are the same guys. Like this is the same guy. This is the same Spaghetti Ghost. He's got a chainsaw now. But different artwork. But this one is different for sure. It's Dracula, isn't it? Or Frankenstein, one of the others. Yes, it's Frankenstein. And then, well, number cards you looked at already. So that is that. Let's look at the Inmate deck. The Inmate deck was made exclusively for one tier, which is for backers of the original project. Anyone who backed the original project and had that under their account was able to back for one project that includes all three of these decks. And I want to thank Rowan Kotiv for sending me this deck because I didn't actually pledge for it. I did originally, but then I changed my mind. But he sent it to me anyway, so I appreciate that. So yeah, anyone who was a backer of the previous project that got screwed over was able to get this exclusive deck. And there was, I think, only 810 of these that were produced, maybe less. At least that's how many tiers, how many they had available in that tier. Whether or not they produced less than that, I don't know, because they did have a lot less backers than that. But anyways, this one is the one that says certifiably insane. Some blood in the corner. It's got a seal that says Insane Asylum. Or sorry, Asylum Inmate. No, Insane Asylum. And it's got my name on there. Thanks a lot. And Noir arts on the flap. Again in blood. Bloody spade pips. And then the inside again, kind of like the first one that says Asylum. For this one you get a different dealer card, which is Dr. Acula. Get it? Dr. Acula. Dracula. It's Dracula, and you get a D. And then this way, the D again says deal. And Delirium. Get it? Delirium? Delirium. And that looks like Chris Angel or somebody, I guess. I don't know, but he's holding a card. And in the back it says Delirium. Get it? Delirium. And then you get the Escapist card again. The double backer again. And everything else is exactly the same. This one has the same code cards as the Back to the Asylum deck. So now that I've confused everyone with 3 different decks and a whole bunch of information, let's proceed. Well, get everything out of the way. And here we go. For this deck, as far as I'm concerned, the art is okay. I mean, it's probably a lot cooler looking 2 years ago when the project actually came out. Now, you know, once we've seen all these projects from Jackson Robinson and other creators, it's kind of like, okay, well, this is fine, but it's not amazing or anything like that. It's still pretty cool. The back design, I don't really understand too much. It's just a crumbling brick wall with something in the middle, a circle in the middle. The other decks are kind of unnecessary. I already paid for and got ripped off on decks on the first project, and now they want you to spend this much money, X amount of money, to get decks you don't need because you were a previous backer. Just saying. But overall, it's still okay, I guess. You know, it's not like it was expensive or anything like that, but they should have had, for previous backers, a special pledge level that was, you get the deck, and it's a couple bucks less than everyone else. That would have been ideal for me. Instead of, here's a deck and you get a bonus deck and all 3 decks. But it's going to cost you $30 or whatever it was. Anyway, this has a linen embossed type stock. It's from Noir Arts, so you get a flimsy type stock and finish, or flimsy type stock, linen type finish. It's just like the Brandley decks and the Animagic decks and other decks that I reviewed recently. Same stock and finish. It handles okay, bit of clumping. The artwork is okay. At least it's unique and original. I'll give it 3 3/4 out of 5. For usability, it's probably not the type of deck that I would pull out to play poker with or card games with, or to do Magic with, unless it's some kind of, you know, story-based Halloween type trick or something, or whatever. So 3 out of 5. It's usable, but probably not the most likely you would use. As for the handling wise, I will also say, you know, 3 out of 5, or whatever I said on the other ones, like the Brandley. Just because it's fine, but it's not great handling. It's getting a little bit better, I guess. But that's that. That's what it is. That's what I got. That's the Asylum decks. If you get the Bicycle Asylum from the project, congratulations, you got lucky. I hope I get it. I'm going to review it one day. Obviously, the quality will be better because it's USB-C. And the back design will look a little bit better, I think, as well, because of that. And everything. But anyways, and in that one, you will not see 57 cards. You'll see 56 cards. I don't believe you'll see any Escape Artist cards or Deal cards. Just a double backer and, you know, whatever else they threw in there. Anyway, that's that. Don't forget, check out collectibleplayingcards.com and use the code VITAZE32 to get 10% off all your orders. And like, comment, rate, subscribe. That's what I got. Sorry it's a bit long. I apologize, but there's 3 decks, so it kind of works out. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.